It looks like a ship. It moves like a plane. It hugs the water so close radar treats it like sea clutter until it slams through a wave at 300 kilometers per hour, carrying tanks and missiles. Meet the Ekranoplan, a Cold War relic that's resurfacing as a blunt instrument of littoral power. The physics in a sentence. Ekranoplans ride the ground effect, a cushion of higher pressure that forms between a wing and the surface when flying extremely low. The effect multiplies lift and reduces drag, so these vehicles can carry enormous loads at near sea speeds while staying just meters above the water. That gives them the speed of aircraft with the low altitude signature of ship. Cold War roots in the Lun mythos. The Soviet Union poured money into the concept. The most famous design, the KM Caspian monster, and the combat-oriented Lun were massive. Think cargo plane frame welded to a boat hull. The Lun even carried cruise missiles. They were fast, heavy, and politically theatrical, but they required calm seas, massive infrastructure, and huge maintenance tails. When the USSR collapsed, Ekranoplans largely disappeared from frontline fleets, a powerful idea with punishing logistics. Why they're back now? 3 things explain renewed interest: improved control systems, modern materials, and new tactical problems. Autonomy and modern flight controls make stable, low-altitude operation easier. Composites cut weight. And in an era of contested littorals, a machine that can surge troops or missiles over horizon gaps while flying low to avoid long-range radar has a seductive appeal. Recent sightings and prototypes from state and private groups, especially in countries focused on island chains and coastal defense, show the idea isn't just nostalgia, it's being prototyped for real missions again. What they bring to the fight. Ekranoplans could change amphibious logistics and anti-access strategies. They can move heavy payloads faster than ships and with less need for ports, ideal for rapid island resupply or surprise landings. As missile platforms, they can carry larger weapons closer to targets and duck under many coastal radar nets. For civilian use, the same physics promises high-speed freight across archipelagos at lower cost than aircraft. Limits that keep the dream anchored. They're not a magic bullet. Ground effect vehicles are tied to sea state, waves, turbulence, and storms, blunt performance. Their ultra-low altitude makes them vulnerable to small arms on littoral coasts and requires careful route planning. Maneuver space is limited compared with high-altitude aircraft, and maintenance demands for large hulls and corrosive saltwater are heavy. Finally, modern integrated maritime patrols and ISR can adapt. Long-range sensors and multi-static networks reduce the stealth advantage. Modern programs and who's testing them. Recent activity centers where geography favors them. Nations with long coastlines, archipelagos, or contested littorals. State media and open-source imagery have shown trials and refits of Lun-class relics as demonstrators, and private firms in Asia and Europe are sketching commercial hybrid ground effect craft for cargo routes. Naval planners watch with interest. An Ekranoplan squadron doesn't replace carriers, but it complicates coastal defense math and multiplies options for rapid lift. The strategic problem it poses. If Ekranoplans scale, they force defenders to rethink surveillance and littoral denial. Low-altitude, high-speed transits challenge radar to distinguish surface clutter from strike assets. That compels investments in over-the-horizon sensors, airborne patrols, and layered short-range defenses. Politically, the sudden appearance of heavy lift over disputed waters raises escalation risks. A swift, hard landing can look like an invasion attempt, even when it's logistic. Ekranoplans are a perfect Techrupt story because they're beautiful, weird, and strategically disruptive. They marry old physics with new tech, faster than a ship, harder to spot than a plane, and cruelly effective where geography favors surprise. Not a silver bullet, but a monstrous, plausible tool for the littoral battles of tomorrow. This is Techrupt.